T-minus 10 or so. All eyes on the base of the rocket. There's ignition. And liftoff of Falcon 9 carrying Starlink 6-45. 23 more Starlink V2 mini satellites on their way to space. Let's listen in. There we go. We got a vehicle assembly building squeal. And Falcon 9 is passing max Q. Absolutely beautiful. You can see the exhaust plume from Falcon 9 is expanding as the vehicle ascends into thinner and thinner atmospheres. What a gorgeous shot.
I love at night seeing the little bit of blue in Falcon 9's exhaust.
Right. Yeah, there's some blue, there's some purple, some red. Like it can be an especially gorgeous plume with the right conditions. So what is up next, Trevor, in the launch timeline?
Yeah, so up next, we're coming up on the sequence of 3 events that on these Starlink missions are performed rapidly, in rapid succession. So first will be shutdown of those 9 engines, and oh, there we go, there is shutdown of those. And then now we'll see stage separation, which is where both of those stages will separate, and then shortly after, we will see second stage ignition, which looks like we just caught the tail end of it on our camera, and here is it now on SpaceX's camera. So as we can now see,
I need to, Carson. I need to know whose camera what camera that was, because that was an amazing track. Anyways, Trevor, please continue.
yeah. So as we could see,
Yeah, they still got it. They still got it.
there's no ring stiffener as is usual now, and this is Max's shot, by the way. Max, just amazing work. Holy cow.
Max is the GOAT. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was, now that we're through first stage flight, that was SpaceX's 260th reflight of a booster, and 246th Falcon 9 flight, with a flight-proven booster. So, kind of crazy.
Speaking of crazy, this shot here from D is also amazing. You can see the second stage plume so well. This is just gorgeous stuff. Fantastic work from the Cape team tonight. Just absolutely fantastic stuff. Second stage continuing to muscle those satellites into space. First stage on its way to the drone ship. Sorry, I'm just kind of at a loss for words. That was really beautiful.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
so
with this
what
launch,
is up? Go ahead.
So with this launch, this is SpaceX's 12th launch of March, 11th Falcon launch. So that's a new record for the company of total launches and total Falcon launches in a month. And there's still a launch left.
Fantastic.
Sorry, 12th Falcon launch, 13th total.
That's what, including Starship?
Yeah. I just said one fewer than it actually was. looking at my spreadsheet wrong.
Still tracking the second stage there with Dee's camera. Fantastic work. I know I keep saying that, but I mean, it's not trivial to drive out to the Cape, to set up cameras, to do this multiple times in one day. Just boatloads of appreciation here for the work y'all are doing down at the Cape. I can't wait till we have Julia back. I want to know if how her
Hey.
photo turns out. Is your
Well,
shutter still open?
My shutter's still open, but I'd like to say hello, and we could still hear it rumbling, and the folks around me can still see that second stage with the naked eye.
Nice.
No zoom. That's how nice it is out here right now. Yeah, that was pretty. I hope I hear the camera views that the team gave you were beautiful as well.
Oh yeah, did not disappoint. Still tracking second stage, which is just wild. That is not an easy thing to do. We still have 4 separate tracking shots from our cameras. That's just, you love to see it. Trevor, where are we at in the old timeline here? How long until we see the booster coming back? How long until the fairings are already gone, right?
Yeah, so fairing deployment was a T plus 3 minutes and 4 seconds. On these Starlink missions, it's basically as soon as they can, they want to get rid of those things since they then get more performance out of the vehicle. But we're currently in the entry burn, and that was actually what you just saw on screen. So that's when Falcon ignites 3 of its engines, the center engine and then engines 1 and engine 5. And that helps slow down the booster ahead of hitting some of the thicker portions of the atmosphere. So as you can see in the telemetry in the bottom left from SpaceX, before and after that burn, the booster is traveling significantly less quickly. So the next event for the first stage is at T plus 8 minutes and 4 seconds, so in just under a minute here, which is when it will ignite its single center engine for a landing burn, which will be about 22 seconds long. And shortly after that, second engine cutoff will occur on stage 2.
Sweet. I just want to point out, we're still tracking this second stage. This is Dee's camera. Roger is using one of our robotic cameras to track it. We're at T plus 7 minutes and 45 seconds. This makes me so happy to see. And I think that was Max's camera that got the entry burn. So just at the risk of sounding like a broken record, thank you, Cape Team. So here you can see on the left-hand side the velocity of the booster continuing to scrub off as it gets to thicker and thicker air and almost close to landing. We should be seeing that landing burn here any second now. Meanwhile, second stage continuing to pile on the velocity as it continues to shove those Starlinks into orbit. And there you go. There's the landing burn on the booster. Do we get a stable feed all the way down? I bet we will.
Yeah, it's crazy that there's so reliably get feeds through all of entry now.
Look, I'd never get tired of the nighttime drone ship landings. The blue color of the water is so beautiful. And that looks like a bullseye with a little bit of a wiggle on the booster there. But yeah, dead center.
So that is SpaceX's 216th consecutive landing and 290th total.
Just bonkers. I'm so glad we live in a time where there's a company just absolutely hitting home runs left and right in the space industry like SpaceX is. It makes me so happy to see.